Alright boys, what is good? So today I'm back with another live trade. Today we have USD JPY on the 5 minute and it's looking like it might actually go entry right here. Well, it technically has, given our usual entry model. It has technically closed bullish if we go onto trading view here. However, it just wasn't that confident of a bullish close and it looks like it is just now about to flip. I'm just going to wait for the MetaTrader to flip because it's just double the confidence. We don't have a top wick on the 15 minute either yet by the looks of it, so high likelihood we will flip. Jesus, wow, that went up quick, but you know what, it could have been worse. Yeah, well, the original close would have been actually better in this situation, but I think it's good to be safe. And yeah, where did we actually get in at? So it was like literally probably about here, slightly below. And what risk to reward? Oh yeah, this is sent to Discord, by the way. I've just sent the entry signal and sent it before, of course. 5 minute TP rules, 3.17 pips. This would be a 1 to 3, and that makes it very easy. So 1 to 3 will be just down here. See if that matches up with our MetaTrader. Yeah, that's 1 to 3 for me, so I might just hold till that. It is okay if you like to just hold based on the trading view 1 to 3 because that's where all the testing has been done, so we know that's going to have the highest win rate. Obviously the MetaTrader 1 to 3 is just like the actual number, but yeah, trading view, that's where the TP rules were made. That's where you know it will be most consistent, where your win rate will be the highest. But I mean, either way is chill. And in terms of setup today, A+. This is the setup itself is actually A+. Direction, maybe not quite so much, but it's not bad at all. You can see we have a really clean area of demand. We kind of shot off here and just left behind this black candle, which we can mark out for an easy area of demand. Of course, investors will get in when it comes back to this good price. We then formed a low just in front of the zone. This will have a lot of liquidity below it, especially after we've broken this high to the left here. And these ones, you know, this is going to be the last spot people think to put their stop losses, so it's definitely going to be liquidity there. And, you know, mixing them together alongside the breaks of structure, this is just a beautiful trade. And yeah, like I said, in terms of, let me just throw this up on the screen whilst we're looking. But in terms of direction, we have just come from this massive kind of bearish drop, sorry, which isn't really ideal. I think that's pretty obvious to say. But by some point, we kind of stopped breaking lows. You can see right here, this was the last low we formed. And then after that, we came up, broke a high, didn't confidently break this low, maybe even just is taking the liquidity, and then continued breaking highs and have come down to the zone. And this is kind of the last area where we'd probably go bullish from. You know, if we broke past this low, then we'd likely be continuing bearish again, so it's pretty high likelihood that this setup will win. And wow, yeah, this is moving very nicely, so we do love to see that. And in terms of the account that I'm on right now, I'm on just a 50k funded with Alpha Capital. I'm overall funded 250k, but I like to trade the 30 minute with 100k, the 5 minute with a 50k, and have a 100k as like a kind of backup. Not that I plan to fail any of these, and I've had that backup for quite a while now. I should probably start working on getting a lot more capital because I have the skill set to do so now, so that is kind of next up in the roster of things to do. But yeah, 5 minute up and just trading on a 50k, so profits maybe not quite as big, but we are risking 1% today, so hopefully we can get a 1.5k win or something along those lines. They do add up. Trust me, the 5 minute wins do add up even if I'm just on a 50k. But yeah, next up might have to be a 100k that I can trade the 5 minute with, because the 5 minute has been going absolutely insane. If you saw my last video, or you've been following the Instagram, or you're in the Discord, then you know the 5 minute has been going ridiculous. There's been so many wins, and August has been my best month ever, actually. This is August so far. This is all in the VIP Discord. Obviously, we had one slowish week, but that was still profitable. And even if it wasn't profitable, it does not matter in the slightest, because our winning weeks are usually so big. You can see all the monthly results that we had in here. I'm not going to show you too much because, yeah, that's VIP. But they're all just completely based on the signals or trade ideas that I send out. So everybody knows that they're real results. I literally cannot fake that, so. But anyway, that's enough waffle for now. This trade is looking pretty gorgeous, and I think I'll just wait it out. I don't really manage my trades too much. I am very much on kind of set and forget. Usually I just kind of take a trade and I'll go gym, or in this case I need to go have a shower. But for the recording, I'll stay here. Hopefully this should hit decently quick. It doesn't really matter if it doesn't. This is a new 1 hour candle right here. You can see this is literally the 10 o'clock candle. So I don't know if you just saw what happened there. A lot of volume came in, specifically on that candle, just like straight away. I always talk about this, but I never really get a good example, but that is a perfect example. As soon as that candle opened, just a big, just volume spike. And that's a lot of the time why I don't like to enter on like a 1 hour open when it's on the 5 minute, because that can often just spike straight towards stop loss and then continue whatever. So I like to wait a little bit. Also, you can see a lot of the time, you know, I talk about how candles like to create their bottom wicks, especially on the higher time frames. So we'll wait for the 1 hour to create its bottom wick. I mean, if we go onto the 1 hour, once again, I say this all the time, but pretty much every candle has a top and bottom wick. So it's going to form that wick before going in its intended direction. And I mean, as soon as it opened, it flipped down, made its bottom wick. But we know its real intention is to go bullish because, I mean, we're creating bullish market structure, reacting from our liquidity supply zone very like nicely. So it just created that bottom wick first, very intentionally, and that's why we always wait for that. That's what I'm saying, man. We got everything down with the strategy. If you're following the strategy alone, it's already ridiculous. If you send the backtest results or even just the live results that we've been getting in the Discord recently, then you know. But there's also just these small little things that, I mean, I've been teaching and Ardi's been teaching that are just, they can just increase your win rate even more and even your risk to reward. And bro, it is just overall just so insane. Like, I don't see this not being the best strategy out there right now, because I don't see anybody making these types of profits. And when I say these types of profits, I don't mean money amount, I mean percentage amount. People can have more capital, people can be on demo accounts and show whatever numbers, because we all know that's what most people are doing. But at the end of the day, they're usually going for, you know, a 1-to-1, maybe a 1-to-2, 1-to-3 max. But throughout this month, we've had a 1-to-13, we've had some 1-to-4.5s and a bunch of 1-to-3s. Average risk reward has probably been about 1-to-5. Usually a 1-to-3 is like a really good risk reward for most strategies. And we've come out this month so far with a 70% win rate with an average risk reward of 5. So like, there can't be much argument for, in good conditions, this being like just actually potentially the best strategy out there. Obviously, different strategies will work better at different times. You feel me? Market conditions might be great for one strategy and terrible for another at different times. But right now, and when market conditions are good, I don't see this being anything but the most insane thing possible. Now, I guess whilst I wait, I'll just answer everyone's questions in the Discord. Damn, if I actually got the original bullish close, would have been 2.4 pips. That would have been a 1-to-4.5 target, and it would have been closer. Well, I could still obviously go past what the stop loss rules are, and I actually might do for this trade. Do I go higher than the TP rules for the video? It wouldn't really be for the video, it'd just be because I can see this going higher. I don't really go on high time frames much on 5 minute because it doesn't really matter too much. But I will quickly check, because we are reacting from this liquidity demand on the 30 minute. I didn't take this, however I did see it. It was kind of later on, so I didn't know if it would get enough distance for me to want to hold through swaps. But it is within this setup, and I do think this has potential to go higher. Yeah, if you do want to take trades like these with us literally every day, then feel free to join the VIP Discord. These trades that will be sent out. I send literally every trade I take out to the Discord, and you get some pretty personal assistance. I'll be answering everyone's questions, of course, and there is a lot of information in there. I think the value for money you're spending in there is actually very good. I mean, with the amount of people passing challenges in there, they're going to make their money back. It's up to you. There's a lot of information on the Discord, you don't have to, but I would say it's a pretty good option if you want to learn the strategy. If not, I do have my full course video that's on my channel for free, so feel free to just use that. But this trade is very close to hitting TP. Hopefully it can actually reach it. It's actually like very close to hitting on MetaTrader. Like, it's a lot closer than, like, it's more like here. Do sometimes wish it. Oh, Cool. Well, TP hit on that 1 to 3. Cannot complain. How much was that? Cheeky 1.5. Can't complain at all, really. This will probably continue running, so if people did continue holding, then also fire. I assume everyone in the Discord took this. I mean, I sent it way before and said exactly where I'm entering, so there's not really any reason not to. But bro, literally straight bullish candles towards TP, by the way. Not one bearish candle. Like, this is just what the strategy does. But yeah, market conditions look like they're continuing to be absolutely ridiculous at the moment. So if you are going to try to trade the strategy or just get into trading in general, then I would recommend doing it right now because wow, it just doesn't stop. But yeah, man, love to see it. Hopefully it'll kind of continue like this and we can see some insane profits. But yeah, hopefully you got some value out of this. Hopefully you enjoyed. Maybe you wanted to see my discipline or what account I'm trading on, who knows. But hopefully you got something out of this, and yeah, that's about it. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.